Hi guys, in this video we are going to be upcycling this broken mirror and this broken table. Let's get started. I'm gonna wash all this stuff down because it's been in storage and it is dusty. And I'm gonna take this hardware off. Hey guys, I'm working on my floor right now because my sewing table is a mess, full of projects, and my work table is full of resin projects, and I even have some resin projects spilling out on my floor. So I'm a little floor troll today, but I got my Roycycled paper order in today, and I'm playing and I'm having so much fun. I have a pretty cool idea, I think anyway. I have this beautiful piece of walnut. It's a beautiful dark wood. And you probably are like, why in the world would you use such like an exotic, beautiful, expensive piece of wood and cover it with thick Podge paper? You should be using something cheap like pine. But anyway, I digress. You'll see the method to my madness in a bit. But look how perfectly it fits on this piece. It was like it was meant to be, okay? That's why I'm doing it, okay? Not really. But anyway, I am going to decoupage it to this piece of wood. Let's do it. So, I'm gonna start at the top. Work in little sections because this glue dries so fast. Got the cellophane over my little IOD tool here. So far so good. Maybe like 2.5 inches sections. I watched a few videos and they said like if you do it on a white back it would pop more. But I'm okay with how it's looking on this walnut so far. You know, some people are die-hard pretty stuff and some people are die-hard grungy stuff, but ooh, love them both. Now that I have that on there, I'm gonna complain that I have to wait for it to cure all the way.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm gonna go in with a tiny carving bit on my Dremel and carve away all of the orange to expose the pretty wood underneath. I'm trying to carve away the paper and not carve deep into the wood just yet. This is my first time using decoupage paper and I'm loving it. It's a lot more pleasant than using napkins. This took me a little over an hour, if you're curious. Must note, I should be wearing a dust mask, especially where I'm carving from a wood with nut in it. On that note, I'm gonna at least go outside here and Dremel away the bulkier parts. And now that I'm outside, I'm gonna use a larger bit and carve some depth into those eye sockets and those nostrils. At this point, I decided I wanted to cut along the curved edge and round out the corners before I carve the back with my turbo planer on my angle grinder. Then sand smooth. Okay, I finished all my carving. I am just going in with some paint and touching up the edges here. Now I have one of my distress stamps from IOD. I think I'm just gonna put some paint on there and just kind of mimic this texture and bring that up little ways. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this paint to dry, and then I'm gonna go in and sand this side and even that up a little bit. As far as the broken mirror, which is gonna become my tabletop, I put some decoupage paper on it, and I'm just sanding off the excess off the top. I'm going to make a border around the perimeter of the table with my molds. I'm putting them in a Ziploc bag so they don't dry up, so they're still malleable before I glue them down all at once so that I can shift them around to get the spacing right. Fill in all the cracks and gaps. I'm painting it with Boxwood, baby. I love green. I'm still really concerned about this leaking resin. I'm gonna take some resin and sweep it alongside all of my edges. And that way there won't be enough resin to actually seep into all of my nooks and crannies, but it will seal so that when I do my huge resin pour in here, it will not leak. Okay, so I'm gonna do some glaze. It's 3 sections down here. And I got this antiquing glaze. It's similar to the walnut color of the wood I have. Don't want to go crazy with it. Letting the water fill in all the cracks. Dusting some pigment in there and letting it fall in those little nooks and crannies. Sure, most people wouldn't mix that Miss Mustard Seed yellow and Boxwood together. And I was gonna go in when it was dry, but man, I'm going in when it's wet. I'm not even putting it everywhere. I'm ready to put my little skull on the back of my table, and we made a little line. And we're gonna pre-drill some holes on our line, and then pre-drill some holes on the bottom here. Get that thing all together. I placed some more molds and added some gears around the skull before my resin pour. I also top coated my molds and my green paint for a durable and high gloss finish. Okay guys, so I painted the legs, but they're not very interesting here. But look at how beautiful this is. I love how resin feels. The green paint is reflecting off the resin, and it's, for some reason, it reminds me of Emerald City. So I didn't put resin on the walnut, but if I flip this around here, see the color of the walnut when it's wet with resin? Should I leave my wood matte and unsealed, or should I go over with the resin and make it all glossy? Not sure. I'm gonna style this up for you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if you liked the video, consider subscribing and liking. Thank you. Bye-bye.